Jim Parks, how good to see you.
You too.
I'm Simon Buma, the mayor of Leeuwarden.
It's been 80 years, but they still look at Jim Parks and see their hero.
And we're so grateful for what you did 80 years ago.
See a Canadian who helped expel the Nazis from the Netherlands.
Give you the flag of the municipality of Leeuwarden.
Oh, that's nice. From Leeuwarden, yeah.
That's one of the Dutch towns liberated by the Canadians at the end of the Second World War.
You're still with us, and we're so happy to be with you.
The mayor traveling all the way to Canada to thank those who fought to save strangers a world away.
There we go.
Jim is 100, but he's restless and determined.
Smile.
And is still a soldier on a mission, is among those vets heading back to where he fought his last battle in a long war. And for him, it was a very long war. Because Jim Parks also fought in Normandy, was among the first Canadians to land at Juno Beach on D-Day in 1944. He's found the strength to show up at every important D-Day anniversary and always makes the effort to return to the Netherlands.
Good evening, everybody. From the flight deck, this is your captain speaking.
He is not alone.
We are honored to have a delegation of 21 Canadian Second World War veterans on board.
In a huge operation of logistics and respect, nearly 24 other Canadian vets from the Second World War made their way to Holland this week. The last liberators, the youngest among them in his late 90s, the oldest 105.
So we just wanted to welcome you on board today.
All right. Woohoo! A flight utterly captivated by these vets. How could you not be? What does it mean to you to be able to come back here?
Whenever I come over here, and I've been over a couple of times now, I get choked up as soon as I put my feet on soil.
Thank you to our veterans. We are eternally grateful for your service to our country.
All of them heading to a nation that has never forgotten what it was like to see the Canadians come to the rescue.
They were sort of kept in their houses or wherever they're hiding. And then they made sure that the people that were outside were the friends, like the friendly forces. They started to come out. But when they first come out, they're sort of a little bit weary.
More than just weary after years of Nazi occupation, they were starving. The official daily ration for each person was just 320 calories in the last days of the war. It became known as the Hunger Winter.
New hope comes to Holland with nourishing food.
The Canadians became known for not just freeing, but feeding the Dutch.
150 lorries driven by Canadian drivers take the precious commodities to hungry Hollanders.
The Canadians were among the first to arrive, and among the first wave of them, the paratroopers, jumping out of planes to land behind enemy lines. Ernie Wiles, at 99, remembers it with horrifying clarity.
We're a little bit bewildered, found all our equipment, our guns, and we had bags strapped to our legs with ammunition in it, and our guns were in there. So as quick as we got to the ground, the Germans were right there. We had to stop them. That's what our job was.
Once his paratroop dropped down in September of '44, the mission was clear and terrifying.
Blow all the bridges up that we could blow up and stop them, because they all had their tanks and stuff. Because they parachuted in, we were the first ones in there.
A spirit of wild fiesta reigns in towns and villages freed by the Canadian drive.
There they were to welcome us. The Germans were on the run.
Because the Germans were on the run, that means they were hiding everywhere, making for the closest of calls.
I was told to go down and check this farmhouse. He said, throw a grenade in first and then go in. So I just went there and I said, no way I'm going to throw any grenade. I opened the doors, a whole family of Dutch. There they were, 5 of them. You can't forget that, you know. Yeah.
They killed so many of the Dutch people. It was unbelievable. They would just hand their hands and knees to us. You're Canadian.
Ernie was hurt in these battles. He got shrapnel in his ankle from a bomb going off as he landed a jump. It was such a vicious wound, his ankle had to be rebuilt when he eventually got home. But getting home at all was extraordinary. 7,600 Canadians didn't.
Well, this is me, that's Herbie, and that's Walter.
At 104, Edward Stafford has a few tales to tell. He joined up early in the war with his buddies, the names as fresh as the scenes in his head.
It was really Herbie that got us into the Horse Guards, because he joined first. So Walter came to me one day and he said, "We're not going to let Herbie go by himself, are we?" So we decided to hitchhike up to Borden to join the Horse Guards.
They fought together through the Italian campaign, then a delay for Ed. He had appendicitis. His friends continued on to Holland.
And they had told me that Herbie had been killed. And then I had to go home and face his brother, We didn't know what to say to each other, really. Because I'd grown up with Herbie, It's how he was killed, The whole thing was just so stupid.
The Herbie he's talking about was Herbie Stitt, crew commander of a tank hit by a bazooka. He survived, but the tank was damaged. They couldn't fire back at the Germans.
He got outside under fire. He was out there for about 8 hours. He did everything right. He went back, and the first thing he did was go to the maintenance.
An exhausted Herbie took out his sleeping gear to rest. That's when a gas truck rolled up.
The guy ran over him.
Herbie hit and killed by that gas truck.
He was one of the bravest guys I ever saw.
When Ed went back for the 70th anniversary, he made sure to visit Herbie.
I hope it wasn't for nothing, because I don't think any of us knew what we were getting into.
None of them could have known what they were getting into. But what they left behind was a nation with a gratitude that does not seem to lessen. And the Dutch show it in extraordinary ways. Gingerly preserving Allied memorabilia, for example, including one of the cars Ed drove officials and commanders in. To see that car on his last trip a decade ago seemed to mean the world to him.
We were at some function, and all of a sudden I saw the scout car, and I took off, went across this field. It was really something,
When they landed, there were hundreds and hundreds of them there running up to you and grabbing you, Canada, Canada, It was every place you went, Dutch people all were waiting for you. It was really you just felt like kings.
It's always so nice because they're so appreciative. To them it's so real. Even though these people that you see, some of them may not even be born at the time. But the history comes along with the family.
It's a huge effort for these men to make to go all that way to the Netherlands, but there's no doubt the love fuels them.
The love. The love they had for us going over and doing what we did. And we were able to go back. Lots never go back. But for us to go back and see it all again and see how they appreciated it.
Do you hear the heart in that?
So special to have you here.
So I'm so proud to come back.
Can you feel the heart in this? The warriors have arrived again, and the welcome again is full and warm and necessary.
Hello, welcome in Apeldoorn.
The Dutch have been waiting.
We're proud to have you here.
The liberators have returned.